You were given one mission in life. It started the day you were born. You hear it in stories and songs, and see it in ads everywhere. The message is always the same: be happy. People say that's the point of life, to chase that warm, bright feeling, to grab small moments of joy and hold on to them. We're told to follow what feels good, to build our lives around that feeling. The whole culture runs on this idea. A massive, shiny machine built to make us believe happiness is the goal. So why do we feel so unhappy? How can a world that talks about happiness more than ever be so full of stress, sadness, and pills? There's a hard truth behind it. The more we chase happiness, the harder it becomes to find. We've been running after a shadow, bright, shiny, but empty. In the rush to feel good, we forgot to build something real. The Stoics saw this long ago. They knew that chasing pleasure and avoiding pain only makes life unstable. Their aim wasn't happiness. It was something stronger and calmer. They called it eudaimonia. It doesn't mean joy. It means peace of mind, the kind that doesn't depend on what happens around you. Today, we're going to take apart the happiness machine. We'll look at why the hunt for joy keeps you trapped and how to step off the treadmill. The Stoics left us a plan, not for quick pleasure, but for lasting peace. A tyranny of happiness. The modern cult of happiness is a sophisticated psychological prison. To escape, we must first understand the architecture of its walls. It is built upon three great flawed pillars. They are the foundational lies that keep you weak, addicted, and perpetually dissatisfied. We will now demolish them, one by one. The first and most powerful pillar is the lie that happiness is a goal to be achieved. You have been trained to see happiness as a destination. It is a place you will arrive at when. I will be happy when I get the promotion. I will be happy when I find the perfect partner. I will be happy when I finally buy the house, lose the weight, or go on that vacation. Happiness is always in the future, a prize waiting for you at the end of a long and difficult journey. This mindset is a perfect recipe for misery. It turns your entire present life into a mere obstacle. The here and now is not a place to be lived, but a problem to be endured on the way to your real destination. This is the arrival fallacy, the mistaken belief that once you achieve a certain goal, you will enter a permanent state of contentment. But you know from your own experience that this is a lie. You got the promotion, and for a day, maybe a week, you felt the rush. You were happy, and then what happened? The feeling faded. The baseline reset, and your mind, now empty of its previous goal, immediately identified a new one. Okay, now I will be happy when I get the next promotion. This is the hedonic treadmill. You are a hamster on a wheel, running desperately towards a piece of cheese that is always just out of reach. The Stoics saw this as a form of madness. A life spent chasing external outcomes is a life of slavery. Why? Because you have no ultimate control over those outcomes. You can work hard, but you cannot control your boss's final decision. You can be a good partner, but you cannot control the other person's feelings. Your happiness becomes a hostage to 1,000 variables you can never command. The man who is not satisfied with a little is satisfied with nothing. Epictetus. The Stoic answer is simple, but hard to live by. Stop chasing happiness like it's a place you can reach. See it for what it really is, something that comes and goes, not something you can control. Your goal isn't to feel good. Your goal is to be good, to act with honesty, purpose, and care right now, in this moment. The calm that follows isn't the shaky thrill we call happiness. It's something deeper, a steady peace that the Stoics called eudaimonia. The second trap is the idea that you should avoid negative emotions. The be happy culture has turned this into a kind of toxic positivity. You're told to always look on the bright side, to stay positive, and to hide your sadness, anger, or fear as if they were flaws. And when you can't, you start to feel like you're failing at life. This mindset is not only tiring, it's harmful. Your so-called negative emotions aren't enemies. They're signals. They carry messages about what's happening inside you. Anger shows that a boundary has been crossed. Fear warns you of danger. Sadness tells you that you've lost something important. When you shut them down, you're not being strong. You're cutting off your own alarm system because the sound bothers you. The Stoics saw emotions differently. They didn't try to erase them. That's impossible. They tried to understand them. They treated emotions as signals to examine with calm and reason. When anger rose, they didn't act on it or feel guilty for it. They paused. They looked at the feeling like an object in their hand and asked simple questions. What belief caused this feeling? Is the thing that happened truly bad, or is it just my opinion about it? That's the Stoic skill of separating impressions from judgments. Something happens, someone insults you. That's the impression. It's neutral. The pain comes from the next part, your judgment. This is awful. They disrespected me. I've been wronged. That judgment builds the storm. The Stoic learns to pause between the event and the reaction. In that pause is freedom, the power to see things as they are, without adding unnecessary drama. Today I escaped from the crush of circumstances. Or better, I threw them out, for the crush was not outside me, but in my own assumptions. Marcus Aurelius. The modern pursuit of happiness tells you to run from the storm. The Stoic path teaches you to become the eye of the storm, the unmoving, peaceful center around which the chaotic winds of emotion can blow without ever touching you. You do not achieve peace by seeking endless sunshine. You achieve peace by building a shelter so strong that you are no longer afraid of the rain. The third and most subtle pillar is the lie that happiness is the same as pleasure. Our consumer culture has deliberately conflated these two ideas. We are sold a constant stream of products and experiences that promise happiness, but what they actually deliver is a short, fleeting hit of pleasure. A new car, a sugary drink, a viral video, a weekend getaway. These things can be enjoyable, but they are not the substance of a good life. They are distractions from it. The Stoics were not ascetics who denied all pleasure. They simply put it in its proper place. They saw it as a preferred indifferent. It's nice to have, but it is not essential to a virtuous and tranquil life. To build your life around the pursuit of pleasure is to become an addict. You will require ever-increasing doses to achieve the same effect. You will live in a constant state of craving and fear of loss. Your peace will be entirely dependent on your next fix. The Stoic alternative is to find your primary source of well-being, not in what you get from the world, but in what you are, in the quality of your own character. The satisfaction of a day lived with discipline, the quiet pride of acting with integrity when it was difficult, the deep fulfillment of being useful to others. This kind of well-being is not a fleeting high. It is a stable, internal state that no one can ever take away from you. It is the difference between a meal of candy and a meal of nourishing food. One gives you a quick rush, followed by a crash. The other builds lasting strength. The tyranny of happiness has convinced you to live on a diet of pure sugar, and you wonder why you feel so sick and tired. It is time to change your diet. We now arrive at the great, liberating secret of the Stoic path, the final reframing that changes everything. You have been taught that the game of life is a horizontal line. On one end is sadness, and on the other is happiness. Your entire life is a struggle to move from the left side of the line to the right. This is the wrong game. This is a rigged game you can never win. The Stoics played a different game. Their game was not a horizontal line, but a vertical one. At the bottom is weakness of character. At the top is strength of character. Their entire focus was on moving up this vertical axis, regardless of where they were on the horizontal axis of emotion. You can be at the peak of happiness, you just won the lottery, but be at the bottom of the vertical axis, acting with greed, arrogance, and foolishness. You are flourishing in feeling, but you are a failure as a human being. Conversely, you can be at the deepest point of sadness. You have just lost a loved one, but be at the very top of the vertical axis, acting with courage, with grace, with compassion for others, with profound dignity. You are in pain, but you are a masterpiece of character. This is the ultimate aha moment. The goal is not to be happy. The goal is to be the kind of person who can be a virtuous, strong, and tranquil human being, whether they feel happy or sad. That is freedom. That is power. That is eudaimonia. Now, we move from deconstruction to construction, from theory to practice. 3 practical Stoic rituals to break your addiction to happiness and begin building a life of true, unshakable peace. The first ritual, the discomfort audit. Once a week, you will deliberately and voluntarily choose to experience a small, controlled dose of discomfort. Take a cold shower. Skip a meal fasting. Exercise a little harder than you want to. Choose the stairs instead of the elevator. The purpose of this is not self-punishment. It is a form of psychological vaccination. You are teaching your mind, in small, manageable ways, that discomfort is not fatal. You are building your tolerance for hardship. This practice systematically dismantles your fear of negative states, which is the engine of the happiness chase. You stop being a person who must be comfortable at all times, and you start becoming a person who can endure. The second ritual, the evening review of character. The Stoics practiced a nightly review. You will adopt this, but with a crucial modification. You will not ask, "What made me happy or sad today?" You will ask a different, more powerful set of questions. Where did I act with courage today? Where did I act with self-control? Where did I act with justice? Where did I let a fleeting emotion get the better of my reason? This practice recalibrates your entire value system. It trains your mind to seek satisfaction, not from pleasant feelings, but from the quiet, internal pride of a virtuous character. The third ritual, the indifference mantra. Choose something external that you desperately want. A promotion, a relationship, a material object. Now, you will practice a mantra. You can write it down or say it to yourself. The mantra is, I will do everything in my power to achieve this, with excellence and virtue. But if it does not happen, I will be okay. My peace is not located in this outcome. This is the practice of separating your effort from the result. You give 100% to your actions, and you cultivate a profound, liberating indifference to the rewards. This is not apathy. This is the source of all true power and tranquility. You are not a machine designed to produce happiness. You are a soul designed to cultivate character. The relentless, frantic chase for a fleeting feeling has been the great distraction of your life. It is the glittering lure that has kept you from the real work. The real work is to build an inner citadel so strong that the storms of life, both the joyful celebrations and the devastating tragedies, can wash over its walls, without ever disturbing the profound, quiet peace that reigns within. This is the forbidden's path. It does not promise you a life of endless smiles. It promises you something far more valuable, a life of unbreakable peace. The machine has been dismantled. You can see the gears for what they are. Now, you can choose to step off the treadmill. If you are ready to continue this work, to build a life of substance, not of shadow, then subscribe to the Stoic Citadel. This is not a place for happiness seekers. It is a forge for the human soul. Go to the comments and declare your new mission. Write, I am the fortress. Your training continues. You have learned that happiness is a weak goal. Now you must learn how to forge the true goal, an unbreakable mind. Your next briefing is on the screen now. Click it to begin the next stage of your construction.